New year, new me, new home? Well, not just yet.
In this video, we're gonna break down the real cost of a metal building Barndo shell, so you know exactly what costs to plan for when turning a metal building into your forever home.
Welcome backpack. This is Adbil and Argenis here. Happy New Year, everyone. Hard to believe it's already 2026 and feels like the year flew by like in a blink.
It really did, man. That's true. Time to get started on those goals for the new year. And if one of those goals this year is to finally get ready on your dream home, you're watching the right video on the right day. Today we're breaking down the 60 by 110 Barndo shell in Boyd, Texas that we featured last week on our YouTube channel. If you haven't checked that video out, please make sure to click the link down below.
In this video, we're going to break down the steps to help you understand what it takes to get your building off the ground. We will share our insights about engineered foundations, engineered structures, and how important it is in constructing your metal building shell for your home.
Also, don't forget to follow us on our social medias where we share details on this beautiful building and many other weekly. So my client reached out to WolfSteel Buildings and mentioned that he had a piece of land where he wanted to get a design started for his bardominium. Now there's multiple questions and things that run through my head at this point when a client reaches out. Does he know that we don't do interior finish outs? Has he worked with an architecture? Where in the process exactly is he at right now when he's reaching out to the company? All this is taken into consideration when we come up with that design. The design we came up with should be on the screen right now. Thank you, marketing. It's a 60 feet wide, 110 feet long, 12 feet tall at the walls. We did upgrade to a 412 roof pitch. The standard roof pitch that comes with all of our buildings is a 312, but a higher pitch, it also does give a residential style look to it, which is beautiful. But more than that, it does allow anything to slide off. And if you know Texas weather, we get hit with heavy rain to hail to even sometimes snow, which again is why I always like to recommend that upgrade from a 312 to a 412. He does have a wraparound porch. It's a 40 by 10 open front gable extension and two 10 feet wide, 90 feet long lean-tos on the side of the building, left and right. He has a vision for his home which included custom doors and windows, so we did 11 custom frame outs. This is very doable. I usually just advise clients to give us all the details before they purchase the doors and windows so it can be related to my building team before they do the frame outs. Overall, such a great design for the client. We did tweak quite a bit since the original design he submitted, but that happens very often during the process from start to finish, due to pricing, due to realistically, or due to opinions such as the husband or the wife.
Absolutely. And Argenis, you mentioned it right now, residential. Let's talk about what it actually means when a metal building is going to be used for residential use, especially when it's a family's forever home.
Texans, we're giving away a 30 by 40 metal building completely for free. If you ever dream of your own shop, garage, workshop, man cave, you name it, this is your chance. We are launching our biggest giveaway ever. For details on how to enter the giveaway, head over to our WolfSteel Buildings Facebook page. Yeah, that is a very important key word for us. The moment our client tells us that this is going to be a home, a residential building, it's not the same as a category 1 or a storage, utility shop or barn. There are different expectations, higher safety standards, and stricter requirements. We make sure everything and everyone starts on the right foot from start to finish. After all, this is the roof of where your loved ones are going to be.
Yeah, and that's why we strictly require engineer plans, building and foundation for any structure being used as a residence or even for commercial use. So engineered plans are not just like a piece of paper, they're like the backbone of a safe home. They tell us exactly how the building should be designed to handle Texas wind loads, structural stress, and the durability for generations to come for your family. They ensure your building is code compliant, structurally sound, and approved by both city and county. And that's whether they, they have permits or not, permit requirements or not. So.
Yeah, no, without engineer plans, you're really guessing and trusting whoever you hire to erect the building. With engineer plans, you are 100% protected from start to finish.
Strong statement, but very true.
And because we can't simply say a building is engineered, it has to be certified. We also make sure that the project goes through a proper inspection for your peace of mind from start to finish.
This is your family's home that we're talking about, so we don't take any chances and we don't cut corners. For this client's Barndo shell, let's get into the building details so you can see.
As I mentioned earlier, this building is a 60 feet wide, 110 feet long, 12 feet tall, which is around 6,600 square feet. The price for the building shell, it's $158,972 and 60 cents. This does include, for the main building, it's a 40 feet wide, 100 feet long, 12 feet tall. For the open front porch, it's 40 feet wide, 10 feet long. And then we also had two lean-tos, one on the right side, one on the left side. The lean-tos are 10 feet wide, 90 feet long. And the lean-tos do extend to the front porch as well, which makes it that extra 10 feet on each side. It does have a 412 roof pitch as well. Also, a couple things to point out as well is that it does have 26 gauge PVR panels, which do come standard for all over red iron buildings. Gutters and downspouts are also included on all over red iron buildings.
Yeah, that's part of its trim system that really just helps put it all together, which makes the building really stand out. Made out of the same material. Again, the gutters and downspouts are extremely important to really control your water flow and protect your foundations.
Oh yeah, 100%. Now this client did choose the beautiful option that we do offer, which is if you have custom doors and windows, so custom walk-in doors and custom windows, we do have the option where if you provide the doors and windows, if you provide us the information of the doors and windows, we can confirm with our building team if we're able to install them. And as long as they're on site, we're able to install the doors and windows.
And that's really important, for Barndo shells, especially because when you're building your home, there's so many different sizes of windows, so many different designs of windows, so many different finishings of even windows and doors as well. So getting a Barndo shell requires more of that customization. So it's sometimes even good for our clients to provide them, and we frame it out, we flash it out, and then we install them. But definitely we do need to have, the specs to make sure we understand what are we specifically installing.
Absolutely. So this price does include 11 custom frame outs for the windows and the doors. It also does include delivery, sales tax, equipment rental, and labor, plus a structural upgrade for the engineer. So this includes engineer plans for the structural upgrade for the structure itself, the metal building itself.
So basically the whole building is engineered, right?
Correct, yes sir.
Engineered with the set of plans. So as a standard, most weld-up buildings on the market aren't engineered, okay? That's just, this is kind of the standard around Texas because a lot of times there's no permits needed. So if there's no permits needed, nothing requiring that, engineered weld-ups in general tend to not be engineered. For this project, we actually have that engineered. So a non-engineered weld-up building could be around $15,000 to $25,000 less. However, again, that is not how we do things here.
We get it. Starting a new metal building project can feel overwhelming with concrete here, insulation there, permits somewhere else. At WolfSteel, we can take that headache away. From site prep to the last screw, we bring every service under one roof here in Texas for Texans, so you can have your metal building without the stress. We handle tubular buildings, red iron weld up and bolt up buildings, permitting assistance, full concrete slabs with site prep, plus any demolition if needed. Concrete coating options, various insulation options, a gutter system for your building, custom doors, windows, and even cedar accents if you want a more rustic look. You need more, like mezzanines, balconies, or masonry, we got that too. We do not service outside of our service area, nor provide material or kits only, and our services do not stand alone. We focus on full turnkey Texas metal building projects. WolfSteel is the easy choice. Texans, we've got you covered. If you fall within the service area, contact us today. If not, I hope our channel is helpful for your metal building project.
For this particular building, we did require wind column in addition to standard I-beam columns. Wind columns are extra steel. They do help handle vertical loads and horizontal wind pressure to make sure the building stays away from leaning or shifting during the high winds.
And yes, wind columns add more material and labor to the project, which can impact the overall cost. However, this will give you a peace of mind knowing that it was designed based on what the structure actually needs to keep everything inside safe and stable for residential use. There are other upgrades that was required by engineering. Definitely check out the tour because we actually mentioned all the items on the tour video. You're paying for the right level of protection for your building that your family will live in.
If you're planning to use a metal building as your next home, you're going to want to personalize it, right?
Of course.
My client wanted a bold, modern look, so the majority of the building it's black, but one side of the building is finished with gallery blue. Small choices like this really transform the feel of your future home.
Why the blue wall?
His wife simply wanted the blue wall.
Hey, happy wife, happy life? Is that how I say it?
Yes, sir. Our client did get a 16x8 insulated residential garage door with us. It does have an opener and it also has high tracks. The cost for the garage door is $6,123. That price does include the garage door, the frame out, and the installation of the door itself as well. Usually in the industry, roll-up doors is usually what you see for metal buildings. Abel, let me ask you a question. Why should a client upgrade to a garage door when doing a residential building?
Yeah, absolutely. An insulated overhead door creates a nice tight seal that keeps out moisture and unwanted critters like rodents. You don't want critters living rent-free inside your building, especially your home. Plus, they can cause serious damage to like electrical wiring, furniture, and stored items. One damaged electrical can really cost a lot, from hundreds to thousands.
Now, a standard roll-up door is definitely cheaper. For the same size, it's practically half the price of a insulated garage door with high tracks. But the lower cost does come with a cheaper and weaker ceiling, more air gaps, and much higher chance of moisture going into the building, and pets entering also in the building. They are more used for utility purpose buildings.
Yeah, even with like brush seals, the roll-up doors still have like small crevices where air, water, and critters can get through. So choosing the right garage door can significantly help reduce those problems.
Absolutely. The high tracks are also extremely important, especially if your building is very tall. They do add about $1,250, which is already included on the cost we mentioned previously, the $6,000. But a door that hangs too far from the ceiling can be less sturdy and move more when opening and closing, potentially affecting the operation over time.
Metal buildings by default are conductors. They heat up quickly in the summer and they lose heat fast in the winter. Hence, temperature control is key. And if you're using the structure as a home, it becomes even more critical. People will be spending long periods of time, so comfort and energy efficiency matter even more.
And exactly that's why our client did choose to add a 2-inch close-up spray foam on the roof and the walls. The price to add the spray foam on his building was $34,378. That does include a foam gap enclosures as well added into the building, which comes standard whenever clients do spray foam with us. That does help avoid any oozing out of the spray foam and close all cavities as well. They do plan to install an HVAC system later on, and the spray foam will help maintain a stable indoor temperature, making the home more energy efficient overall. Also, standard spray foam is a yellowish color, but we do offer beautiful color selection for spray foam. The colors we do offer currently, it's black, ice gray, and white. Keep in mind the painted colors for spray foam is an upgrade, and colors like black require multiple coats, which can increase material and labor costs.
For this building, since this is a residential structure, 2-inch closed cell spray foam is what we use for this project. And that is the minimum that we require. That's in order to really reach that true vapor barrier that closed cell spray foam does, combined with the sheet metal. Certain cities and counties still have specific insulation requirements, certain R values that have to be met to meet the IRC or the International Residential Code for how insulated your building has to be. Okay, so typically what clients will do is they will pair it with open cell spray foam or fiberglass, batt insulation, or any other insulation method. So it's a combination to reach the desired R values that you need for your home.
It's always best for our clients to check their local building codes. Every city and area in Texas is different, so it's always good to check the requirements to make sure your insulation plan meets those code requirements. Strength starts from the bottom up. Your foundation should be as strong as your building. As we mentioned earlier, the residential structures engineered foundation is a must. They start with the soil test. Now I do have a question. How does that work out, Bill?
Let's start with number one. So a technician goes out to the site. Then we drill from 10 to 30 feet into the ground to collect a soil sample. Number two, the samples are then tested for strength and moisture and stability back at the lab. And then number three, based on the soil report, a geotech report is generated, which then follows along with a foundation plan that is custom generated or made for your specific site. You know, it can be like 5 miles down the road and it can be a completely different soil, so the foundations can change from there. In our client's case, the concrete cost varied based on the finalized plan and included custom perimeter footings, additional concrete squares, and other specifications outlined by the custom engineered foundation.
Since our client's concrete work is highly custom, like he just mentioned, and based on engineered foundation plans, it's really hard to give an exact price up front because like you mentioned, your area, your address, your specific location, all that really matters in an engineered foundation custom plans. However, to give our viewers a general idea on a 60 by 110 foundation, you're looking around, it will start approximately around $74,295. This price does include our standard concrete work, which is a concrete foundation slab for the main building, the front porch, and the 2 side lean-tos. Our standard thickness is a 4-inch slab, but we are able to do a thicker slab, such as a 5-inch or a 6-inch. Notch edge details all around the building and on the door openings, a vapor barrier, perimeter footings, and internal cross beams added for structural support. Please do keep in mind this pricing reflects standard concrete work only. The final cost may be depending on your land conditions, which is typically determined during the site visit. So for this reason, site preparation costs cannot be provided up front. Additionally, the soil test and engineered foundation plans are not included, but the price range for each, an engineered foundation plan and soil test is around $2,500 to $5,000. And if you already have a current soil test report, it's from $500 to $2,000.
Of course, this doesn't mean yours will be like this. It can be less or more. So Argenis, what is the total cost for this project?
The overall cost for this project was $273,768.60. This covers the building, the custom frame outs, engineered building plans, concrete standard pricing only, insulation, overhead doors, gutters, and downspouts. It also includes the material, the labor, delivery, taxes, and equipment rental. The equipment fee is a standard on all of our Red Iron buildings, as it ensures our crew can efficiently handle the heavy framing, which in Red Iron buildings, the framing can be pretty heavy. Price is valid only within 5 days from us posting this video, and price may vary depending on your location.
And that's the full breakdown of our client's 60 by 110 metal building shell. Their forever home in the making.
Once again, I do want to say a special thank you to every client that trusts us to provide a quote, to give us a call, to take the time to to reach out to us for a simple question. Thank you all for watching this. And if a metal building home is on your 2026 vision, this gives you a clear picture of what you can expect during this process. Engineered foundations, top-notch material, and a very top-notch planning.
With the right approach, your metal building can go from a simple shallow to a safe, durable, and comfortable home for years to come. Thanks for watching, and see you guys in the next video.
What's up, Pack? Remember to stay up to date with everything that we're up to by checking out our social media. You can find us at WolfSteel Buildings for behind the scenes action. We share our latest projects, update on what the team is working on, and all the exciting progress happening in real time. Don't miss out on the action, and remember to give us a follow.